Hi everyone. It's been already a week and a half since the last podcast episode. This is Hey Stella with MIHAIL. I'm doing it on the phone this time because I'm trying to see if this works. I seem to be trying a lot of new things, being in a new environment. So, why is it such a big blah, 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 blah? I don't know. I just feel a little bit strange. I feel a little bit over emotional, much more so than I thought I was going to feel for some reason. And I have to admit it because I tell you that actors have to admit what is first before they can get back and going on and speaking and reveal something that's authentic. So if you're putting a facade up and not say what's going on and then go on with the conversation as if you're feeling a different way that you're actually feeling, then it's kind of strange in so many ways to continue that. I feel emotional. I think the change of scenery and the change of routine, maybe that's something that I want to discuss because I think we're so much more creatures of habits, much more than I ever thought. Living in New York after 2.5, 3 years since the pandemic started, the summer before, this is actually my first time out of my comfort zone. This is my first time out of what I was doing every day habitually, mechanically, for such a long time. No matter how difficult it was, doing it and repeating it over and over again becomes a mechanism, becomes a mechanical exercise that doesn't require of us to put into it a lot. So we're kind of like zombies going through life in a way that is easy, is safe. And we complain about it and we wish that we were doing something else, or we wish that we were somewhere else with loved ones. And once we get there and the routine changes and the physical and emotional situations are different, it almost wakes you up to a level of awareness that requires of you to be involved more in depth. And that involvement in depth requires of you to be more in the moment and to be more present and to not feel so comfortable every second of the new way, of the new routine. It surprises you because you might have to do things differently. It might take away from the everyday essential things that you do to take care of yourself. And you might have to do those in a different way. You might have to do them taking in consideration someone else other than yourself. And when you haven't done that and you're put in that new situation, it is very confusing. It is very emotional. It is very different. But it doesn't mean that it's different bad. It just opens your heart and your soul. And sometimes you don't know what to do when it's so open because the emotions become so much more alive and you can feel them. The vibrations of your being are so much more loud. And they could be so much better for you than the previous mechanical, habitual situation that you had to do for so long. the new one is so much better for you. And you can even sense that there is transformation, physical transformation. For example, on my part, I started to lose weight since I came here. I'm able not to eat as much as I did before because I was eating emotionally. I was substituting everything that I was feeling for the temporary relief of just eating everything inside. And I gained so much weight. And since I've been in Greece, I've been able to eat less. And I feel like my body is losing a little bit of the weight. It's not as fast as I would like it to be, but that's a positive. You know, I couldn't do it at home for so many years. Since the pandemic started, like I said, I kept gaining and gaining. And when I got to the scale and I put myself to see how much I weigh, I was in shock. And then my clothes didn't fit me anymore. And I rarely talk about it. And I take pictures from the breast up or the waist up because I don't want people, I'm ashamed of the way that I gained weight. And I'm not saying that anybody should be ashamed if they gained weight. It's just the way that I don't feel right. For me, having this extra 10 kilograms is a lot, is a huge lot. So being here in the new environment, even though it seems like it's more difficult, it's not more difficult. It's just out of what you know for so long. It's not the same on and on every day, mechanical, robot-like, safe, in the middle of feeling things. This one is reminding you that you're alive. This one is also reminding you that being alive also means that you are mortal. So it's almost like it brings you to life in a way because you have to deal with a language that you don't understand. Like I'm in Greece, I understand a little bit of Greek, but going to a place, trying to find my way back, not understanding, not knowing how to ask for things, that requires of you to put more effort, that requires of you to be more involved in the surroundings, more involved with what's happening with you, which is amazing. But at the same time, it's a little bit more work. And I've learned to be lazy. I've learned to be lazy. And I've learned to do only things that I was saying prior, people do without having to challenge themselves. I was talking about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, and I was talking about the difference between the two of them and how Johnny Depp is challenging himself as a human being. And Amber is not because she thinks she knows everything. So and now I'm going and I'm making the difference and I'm thinking, which category do I fall in? I love teaching. I go to my classes. I teach my classes, but that's already something that I don't feel scared about. I don't feel, I'm still challenged, but I'm not challenged the same way as when I'm challenged if I teach in a different country with different people, with different cultures, because maybe sometimes I have to adjust the way that I teach. So when I do it in New York or when I do it with the people that I know, one-on-one private sessions, it's great, but it's not as challenging to me because I've been doing it that way. So having to stepping out of the arena, stepping out of the box that you know so well and jumping into another one that's probably not a square, but it's a circle, or maybe it's a triangle, and you have to figure out how to navigate that is what I feel like I'm going right now. Yeah. Because I do feel I feel like I cannot make decisions about what it is that I want from day to day. I want something today that's completely the opposite of what I want by the end of the day before I go to sleep. And then I will think that that's what I want and I will make the decision. And the next day I regret making that decision. I don't know. it just feels very awkward that I'm very emotional, much more so than I have been in a long time. And I think I've also realized that there's so much to be done. There's so much to be done. And I feel that I'm a little bit behind on all of that when it comes to the digital world. I've been watching, as you know, the trial again between the JD, as they call him, Johnny Depp, and the crazy Amber lying manipulator. My opinion, again, this is only my opinion, and I have a right to it. And I've seen that there's so many YouTubers that have been producing a lot of content online in ways that I didn't even know you could. Streaming, live, other shows, and they moderating those. To become a moderator and screen or stream something that's of interest, and for the last 6 weeks, the interest for most of the YouTubers that are actually getting so many audience members, it's unbelievable. It was almost a wake-up call for me to how much it would be possible to do without having to wait for other people to approve of my projects or understand what it is that I want to do and why. Some of the projects that I want to do, I feel they're so beneficial in so many ways in today's world. And I'm referring to the creative world, of course, and the benefits that I believe that it can bring to people of any sort, people of any professions, people of any backgrounds, people of any ages. And I think it was very surprising that I didn't find out sooner that there were so many choices that we have on YouTube, and I would have had. I thought that you just upload a video and then you wait for people to view it. And that's not happening because you can't get it out there. And then I realized that with the trial that so many people were doing their shows, their YouTube channels on, there are like millions of people following YouTubers who are actually watching the trial of Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. And they're moderating, and people are infatuated with watching those YouTuber moderators watching the shows, and the audience members are watching with them. And you just feel like you're part of community when you're doing that. And I just found that to be so new. And it's not. I mean, to think that I'm like so behind on those things and accepting that and learning that is a good thing. But at the same time, I know I wish I would have done it when I sort of kind of understood that that's where the world was going to go into many, many years ago, when I had a concept and I wanted to do it. And I tried it with some actors by, going to the YouTube and trying to make it what now YouTubers are actually doing. And I wish that I would have not listened to the people who told me to stop doing it, and I would have just done what I needed to do. It's all these thoughts that are coming into my mind, and I'm kind of trying to process them. And yeah, but yesterday was a good day. I got to go have my Freddo cappuccino, which is the best coffee in Greece. I went to this beautiful coffee place in Athens, where I'm visiting my family here. And it was nice to be able to accomplish something on my own without having to ask my sister for help and all of that. So it's really nice. Hello, do you want to say hi? Do you want to say hi? No? Oh, you look so beautiful. Are we going? Can I have 2 minutes to finish? You guys look gorgeous. So I have to go because my amazing, beautiful sister, who's a mommy to my amazing, beautiful nephew, MIHAIL, they're waiting for me. We're going to go for a stroll. So thank you guys so much. I just hope that this, kind of speaking out my thoughts and rambling on and kind of, I don't know, telling you my feelings will help you in some way. But thank you for listening so much. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Kisses. Hey, Stella podcast with MIHAIL. Yay, still in Greece.